At least in the UK.
Yeah.
So that's a bit surprised.
Where are you from?
I'm from Detroit, Michigan, in America.
America. You?
Yeah, same.
Same.
Detroit, Michigan. Yep.
Okay. How long have you been in Japan?
I've only been here for about, 4 days? 4 or
4
5
days?
days?
Yep, since
Yes.
Sunday.
Since
Since Sunday.
Yeah, and she just has a couple more days here visiting me. I've lived in Osaka for a little over 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Decent amount of time to get to know about Japanese culture and stuff.
Yeah. Trying my best to practice Japanese language,
Right.
trying a lot of different food,
Okay.
and getting exposed to different parts of the culture.
Nice. So you speak Japanese?
Yes, a little bit.
Maybe how much? I'm just wondering how much you can speak Japanese. So maybe, if you don't mind, maybe you can do a quick introduction in front of camera in Japanese.
Sure. はじめまして。私はジョシュアです。2年前日本に来た。今ゲームの会社働いています。はい。よろしくお願いします。はい。
めちゃめちゃ上手。
はい。
Very good Japanese. Yeah.
Practicing.
Did you go to the language school or maybe
Yeah,
studying?
a few years ago I studied abroad in Kyoto at
okay.
Doshisha University and
Right.
practiced some Japanese, but
Nice.
now that I actually live here, I can practice and use it every day. So
Right. You gotta immerse yourself in a Japanese environment
Yeah.
and stuff. What about you? Do you speak Japanese by any chance?
No, I've just been studying a few words here and there,
okay.
few
Nice.
phrases here and there.
Nice.
Nowhere near what my son can do.
my wife and I had a baby maybe a year and a half ago, and it's my mom's first time coming to visit us in Japan.
Nice.
To see our daughter.
So your wife is Japanese?
Yes.
Oh,
my
Japanese.
My wife is Japanese, and we lived in America for a few years before moving
Right.
to Osaka. Yeah.
You must be definitely missing your son, your
Yes.
grandchild.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. This is my first time getting to meet her in person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
First time.
Yeah, first
Okay.
time. So it's very special.
Like a heartful moment.
Yes.
Yeah,
very.
lovely. It's been about only 4 days ever since you came to Japan.
Roughly, yeah.
Did you introduce something special to your mom, to your mother?
So she's been to Japan before. We did a lot of tourist
Okay.
stops in like Kyoto and Osaka.
Right.
This time we've mostly she's staying with us, and so trying to eat a lot of different Japanese food, and it's very hot, so
Right.
try not to be out too long in the sun.
Yeah.
So today, since she's been here, we've been tired. It's like the first day that we've had time to like really go out, but
Yeah.
we've tried some different food like udon and soba. So she's really getting into the Japanese food.
So just a lot of family time.
Yeah.
So spending a lovely time with
Yeah,
your
spending
son
a lot of
and
time with my granddaughter.
right.
Yeah, getting to know her, her getting to know me, type of thing.
So what's your highlight of this trip? That might be kind of difficult question. It's been about only 4 days, so
Yeah. Well, the highlight is getting to meet her.
definitely, yeah,
Actually.
100%, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of a hard question. I don't know. Yeah, this time around. I guess being able to have vacation away from home,
Right.
you know, and just being able to travel,
Yeah.
you know, somewhere away,
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
So I think just that in general, just a vacation travel trip
Right.
is what's great right now.
That's the best part of
That's the best
Yeah.
part, just being able to travel away
Right.
on vacation.
and
Yeah.
get away from
Get
the
away
reality
from- yeah.
and stuff. Yeah. So this time, did you find any culture shock along the way?
Not this time.
Not this time.
Yeah, the last time,
Yeah.
yes.
That was how long ago?
That was about
5 years ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
before
roughly.
COVID.
Yeah,
Okay.
like right before.
Right before.
Yeah.
Maybe the situation has been changing ever since then, right? Maybe before COVID and after COVID.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so all over, you know.
Yeah.
All over. A lot of things have changed, you
Yeah.
know. I'm from America, so a lot of things changed in America. It made us to have to jump forward technologically, I think.
Yeah.
So I guess in a way you can see the pros and the cons, the good and the bad from it. So the last time I was here, the big culture shock for me was the bike riding.
Bike riding.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We ride bikes, but it's not one of our primary forms of transportation. So to see so many people riding bikes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And just to see how so many bike shops
Right.
and how many bikes were parked along the way.
Okay.
I had not seen that many ever.
Yeah.
So that was a big culture shock for me. And one more, another one. We drive on the right side of the street in America. Where they drive on the left side of the street here. And that was a big culture shock for me because I was afraid while in the car because I wanted to keep saying, pull to the right, you know? And then they would laugh at me and I'm like, oh, okay. So I had to get used to that.
Totally the opposite way.
Yeah,
right?
the opposite.
Yeah. So you drive this time?
No,
in
no.
Japan? No. Okay.
No, his mother-in-law, she drove us.
Right.
Around a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe it takes a while to get used to it.
It does.
Maybe,
And so this time, it still felt a little awkward, but I was more used to it this
That's
time
nice.
around.
Yeah. The time will tell.
Yes.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah.
The reason you moved to Japan is definitely your wife, right? The first time was how long ago? Studying abroad in Kyoto?
I studied abroad in Japan. Yeah, it was a long time ago in 2015. We ended up getting married a couple years later. Yeah, we've been here most recently about 2 years, but in total, I've been to Japan a lot over the last 6 or 7 years. Yeah.
Okay.
And as far as things that have, I don't know, surprised me about living here, well, number one, I guess, is the medical system, going to the doctor and things like that. Because when we first came to Japan, my wife was pregnant with our daughter and she was getting ready to have a baby. But there are a lot of steps to find a hospital that would accept you. And we had to go kind of meet a lot of different doctors and have checkups to see if they were willing to accept us as patients. And so that was something to get used to because where I'm from in Detroit, it's less like that for, I guess, not as well, having a baby is serious, but it's a more common thing, so you kind of can just go to any hospital that you want to. But of course, it's a lot more expensive in America, but because of that, we kind of has the ability to go anywhere we want. Whereas in Japan, because health is covered with like the public health system, there's a lot more patients like on waiting lists and things like that. So hospitals have to pick and choose who they want for different reasons. Usually they pick people who have been in their network a long time or something like that versus someone who's like brand new. But it just depends on their availability. So yeah, that was an experience. Overall, it was everything went well, very hassle-free, I would say. Overall, good experience because, you know, when you're having a baby, there are a lot of things that you're worried about. But coming to Japan and actually meeting the doctors, everything went mostly smooth. So that was a big culture shock.
Actually, that was really interesting to hear that. I mean, I've been doing this kind of stuff in the last maybe 2 or 3 years, and 90% of people from abroad, they just came to Japan for a trip, the travel, the temporary trip. But your situation is kind of exception, right? Living in Japan and having a baby in Japan. Overall, do you like living in Japan or maybe, living in your country back home? Which is better for you? That might be kind of tough question, but I'm just curious about it.
Well, for me, it's there are things that I like about living here, and then there are things about home that I miss. I think Japan is a great place, and we're happy that we came here. I think it's just going to depend on how the next few years in our life progress. I think right now having a baby, Japan is very convenient, and there are a lot of things that I appreciate about being here. But in the future, maybe we want to move back or move to a different part of Japan, either for work or a better house or living situation,
Yeah.
or even education. I think it's a great place to be right now. We're very comfortable though.
Yeah. Nobody knows what's going to happen to us in the future,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, hopefully the yen goes up and we can stay longer. If not, then maybe have to go back.
Where are you guys from?
From the UK, United Kingdom.
UK.
僕はポランド人です。
おー
でもロンドンに住んでいます。
なんで日本語を話せるんですか
I've studied Japanese for around 7-8 months.
7-8 months. And
But-
you can...
But I can speak because I have a sensei online. I study with a teacher.
なるほど。So you are very kind of Japanese enthusiast.
Yeah, I like it. I'm studying
nice.
so I could write, read, and write by hand as well. But that's like
Okay.
later.
Wow, nice. What about you guys? Do you speak Japanese by any chance?
No, none at all.
Yeah, not really. I mean, I try to look up stuff on Google Translate, like before I have like conversation with
Okay,
someone,
okay,
just
nice,
to like,
yeah.
I don't know, just like conversation words.
Yeah.
Just to try to understand a little bit.
Nice, yeah. That's
But
good dedication, yeah?
Yeah,
Nice,
yeah,
yeah.
I try my best. Yeah.
And I love your cat, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
How long have you been in Japan?
The 7th? We're from the 7th.
Yeah, from the 7th of July.
7 days.
Because we've been traveling around. Initially, we came to Tokyo
Yeah.
for around 7 days.
Yeah.
We actually rented the kuruma. So for like, was it 5 days?
No,
4?
like 3 days.
Is it?
Yeah.
So we like rented like 3-4 days a car.
Yeah, something like that.
So from Tokyo we went to Chichibuya Tamakai.
Oh.
So like above it's a national park.
Okay.
It was really nice. Though it's a bit creepy, I'll be honest. At night nobody's walking around.
Yeah, countryside
Like-
in Japan is like, it's weird. There's like nothing to do. There's like old people ever giving you like weird looks and stuff like that. But like,
Yeah, we got a couple.
You know,
weird
there was a
looks,
moment
yeah.
when we were going past, and somebody in the house
Yeah.
saw us walking past,
Yeah.
and just closed the blinds.
yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
Just
Countryside is crazy.
once they saw you guys.
Yeah, they just quickly closed it.
That was totally away from the, let's say, city, right?
Yes.
Like kind of
It was
countryside.
like mountains and stuff everywhere. Yeah.
Okay,
It was like
okay.
completely countryside. Yeah. I mean, it was nice. It was just nothing to do.
We just done a bunch of hiking, walking around, and just taking pictures. After we went to Mount Fuji, but we actually had like the worst weather possible. It was foggy,
Yep.
rained a little bit, and the only thing we could see is like the soil and the water. No Mount Fuji.
So we didn't even see Mount Fuji. Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't. See it.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it was unfortunate time.
Next time.
Maybe next time,
Next
definitely,
time,
yeah, definitely, yeah.
And then after Mount Fuji, we went to Nagoya.
Nagoya, okay.
Yeah.
The
By-
weather,
by rental car.
yes.
Yeah, by
Okay.
car.
And then the weather was actually like 10 times better.
Yeah, literally the next day after Mount Fuji was like sunny, clear skies. Like, oh my god. Like,
OMG.
you can't even make that up.
And then after Nagoya, we went to Kyoto
Kyoto.
with the car, dropped it off, and then we stayed in Kyoto for around 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, something like that.
5 days, okay.
Kyoto was really nice. It was much more different from Tokyo.
More like old school, like buildings. It was,
Yeah, we also stayed in like a 90-year-old or 100-year-old house next to Kyoto Castle, and it was
very
really
cool.
nice experience.
The 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks?
Yeah, we've done all of that. Tokyo, Shibuya Tamakai, Mount Fuji.
Wait, how
Nagoya,
many days
Nagoya.
left?
But today's the
days?
20.
we're flying
25th.
out this Sunday. We're
Oh,
flying back
this
this Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah,
Sunday we're flying out, yeah.
Time
Because
flies.
tomorrow we're going back to Tokyo.
I mean, this is the first time for me to meet people like you guys. I mean, just a rental.
We got like a K van,
Okay.
like a K van.
cave. Okay, the small car.
It's small, yeah.
Okay.
And like, because we want to experience like the K cars.
Oh.
And it was okay. Yeah. It wasn't the most comfortable experience, but
Right.
it got
Yeah.
us from, Shibuya Tamakai, Mount Fuji, Nagoya, Kyoto. So it was good. We didn't want to stay in one place for too long because we're not really like, we went to like bars, we went to clubs and all that, but we're not like too into that. We just like to go from place to place,
Exploring.
explore. Yeah.
The sightseeing, basically.
I really love your way. I mean, just hopping to different places. Right?
Yeah, and even in
Settings.
Tokyo, we stayed 7 days, right? But every day we went somewhere else. Went to Akihabara, Shinjuku, Shibuya. Where did you go?
Hectic schedule.
Yeah, it was. yeah. But the thing is, we didn't really like plan much.
You didn't.
Yeah,
Okay.
like in Tokyo, right? We planned the 7 days,
Yeah.
but when we got there, we didn't plan. Oh yeah, this day we're gonna go Shinjuku. This day we're gonna go Shibuya. We just like went wherever we felt like it. To be honest.
Right. Just going with the flow.
Yeah,
and not
exactly.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been helping a little bit because he knows a little bit of kanji, so we can
Oh,
read some things.
you know kanji?
Just like the most common ones.
Yeah.
最近覚えた漢字は何ですか？
Most recent, I know like the kanji for like ueshita and kanji for the tax as well, like for the females
Female.
as well. At least in the UK, trains don't have a segregated for male and female, so that's a bit surprised. So for Tokyo, at certain times, certain carriages of a train, only women. So that was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah,
when
it was
we went
funny.
to
Like this morning because we went to Shinosaka to buy the tickets for the Shinkansen, and we nearly got on a woman-only carriage, and then like we got scared, like oh my god, there's a woman-only carriage, like we have to go to the next one.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's interesting. The woman-only carriages. Yeah. In the UK, you just everyone sits wherever. We have like some priority seats, but like that's about it.
Sometimes we have that kind of incident, so
No, it makes sense,
to protect, to avoid that kind the worst case scenario.
Definitely,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I mean it makes sense. It's just we don't have that in the UK, so we don't know. Yeah.
This is the first time for you guys to come to Japan, right?
Yeah.
What's the biggest culture shock you've ever encountered in Japan?
To be honest, for me, the biggest culture shock is how everything closes very early. In the UK, everything is usually open till 10 and midnight.
Yeah.
But here, we had, I think it was in Tokyo, we went out on Friday because we wanted to go to an izakaya, but
like,
everything was closed.
All the izakayas were closed. 11, 12. The izakayas closed at like sometimes 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and I'm like, what?
5 o'clock?
Yeah.
That was no izakaya, right?
No, it
That was izakaya?
It was, yeah. And like, daytime exploring, going to castles, going to whatever. And then at nighttime, we want to go drinking. But a lot of places are closed, so you can't even like go drinking. Yeah.
No choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just buy
So
and
then you go to
drinking.
like a 7-Eleven, buy a strong zero, and that's it.
Go back to hostel.
Yeah, exactly.
Going
Yeah.
crazy.
And another thing, to be honest, Japan feels very safe, especially with tourists. In the UK, you're not really gonna carry your phone in your pocket because there's pickpocketers left and right. It's very easy for your phone to disappear. But here, I mean, we're carrying our passports, money, everything, and at least for me, I never felt unsafe here, never. For me personally, I felt a lot safer. Even though I am just a tourist, foreigner, I still felt a lot safer than I would feel back in London,
We went to Shibuya Tamakai, we walked around at night, nothing crazy. On Fuji, walked around at night, nothing happened. Nagoya, Kyoto, Osaka at night, it felt good, safe, because we're like bigger than a lot of like Japanese people.
Okay.
So like we don't feel like scared of Japanese people. That's how I feel anyway, yeah. So I don't know,
And nobody wants to attack you guys, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe,
you look so muscular, so.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I'm really happy to hear that you really enjoy in Japan. So.
Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah. Like everyone's saying like all of these negative things that could happen in Japan, like about foreigners, people like hating foreigners, doing all of that, but we didn't experience anything like
If you act right, then you have no problem.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
True.
Especially like not speaking loudly on trains. I know like that's the one thing a lot of like tourists don't follow.
Yeah.
But if I had to give one tip is that you don't have to over prepare unless you want to like book something. You book it in advance, like 1 month. Other than that, just come in and enjoy.
And also don't line up for food places because there's so many like nice like small like restaurants that like are so much better than like these like chain ones like Ichiramen or something like that. Like you see like those queues. There's like some nice like small ramen place like next door. Like why not go to that instead? It's like
one place, Coco's best Coco's
Curry, right?
the curry house is so
is the
good.
best place we went so far.
But that's a franchise restaurant.
Yeah, it is. It's another thing. In Japan, it's a lot of foods, like your dishes, you can customize it. You want pork or you want chicken, whatever. But in the UK, in restaurants, it's like a set meal, if that makes sense. You can't really change it. It's just, if that's what it is, that's all you get, basically. But in Japan, you can put add-ons, everything like that.
Everything, That's one of my favorite restaurants, actually. So,
Oh, is it nice?
good choice.
Yeah, it is, yeah.